Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy. Class 12 English. Part 3 The Rat Trap by Selma Lagerlöf. In the previous class, we saw why the rat trap peddler used the woods instead of the public highway with the stolen 30 kroner notes. He lost his way in the woods and realized he himself had been caught in a rat trap. Then he heard the sounds of the hammer strokes and reached the iron mill. He got permission from the blacksmiths to sleep for a night. When the iron master, the owner of Ramso Iron Mill, came there for his usual inspection, happens to see him and mistook him as an old acquaintance and invited him to his home. But the rat trap peddler refused. He was scared as he had the stolen 30 kroner with him and didn't want to put himself into trouble. We'll see what happens. Please don't think that I have such a fine home that you cannot show yourself there, he said. Elizabeth is dead, as you may already have heard. My boys are abroad, and there is no one at home except my oldest daughter and myself. The ironmaster told the rat trap peddler that his house is not the finest, that he cannot come there. He also told him that his wife was no more, his sons were abroad, and only he and his daughter were at home. We were just saying that it was too bad we didn't have any company for Christmas. Now, come along with me and help us make the Christmas food disappear a little faster. He then told him that he and his daughter were discussing about having a visitor for Christmas. Telling this, he invited the rat trap peddler to come along with him for the Christmas feast. But the stranger said no and again no. And the ironmaster saw that he must give in. It looks as though Captain Wonstehel preferred to stay with you tonight, Sternstorm, he said to the master blacksmith and turned on his heel. Given means surrender. Turned on his heel is walked away fast. The rat trap peddler didn't accept his invitation, and so the ironmaster surrendered because he didn't succeed. He then informed the blacksmith Sternstorm that Captain Wonstehel wanted to stay with him that night in the forge and walked away fast. Do you know who is the Captain Wonstehel? He is the rat trap peddler whom he mistook as his old acquaintance. But he laughed to himself as he went away, and the blacksmith, who knew him, understood very well that he had not said his last word. Telling this, the ironmaster laughed to himself as he walked away. The blacksmith, who knew him, understood that he has not said his last word. It means he was hiding something. It was not more than half an hour before they heard the sound of carriage wheels outside the forge, and a new guest came in. But this time it was not the ironmaster. He had sent his daughter, apparently, hoping that she would have better powers of persuasion than he himself. Apparently means outwardly. After half an hour, the blacksmith and the rat trap peddler heard the sound of carriage wheels outside the forge and understood that somebody had come. The ironmaster had sent his daughter, hoping that she would persuade the rat trap peddler to come home. She entered, followed by a valet carrying on his arm a big fur coat. She was not at all pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy. In the forge, everything was just as it had been earlier in the evening. She entered the mill with an attendant who was carrying a big fur coat. She was not looking beautiful, but she was humble and shy. When she entered the forge, everybody was busy with their work as usual. The master blacksmith and his apprentice still sat on their bench, and iron and charcoal still glowed in the furnace. Apprentice means trainee. The master blacksmith and his trainees were sitting on their bench and working. The iron and charcoal still glowed in the furnace. The stranger had stretched himself out on the floor and lay with a piece of pig iron under his head and his hat pulled down over his eyes. The stranger, that is the peddler, was sleeping on the floor with his head resting on a piece of pig iron and his hat covered his eyes. As soon as the young girl caught sight of him, she went up and lifted his hat. The man was evidently used to sleeping with one eye open. He jumped up abruptly and seemed to be quite frightened. Abruptly means suddenly. When the young girl saw him, she went near him and lifted his hat. The peddler, who used to sleep with one eye open, was shocked and jumped up on seeing her. My name is Edla Wilmanson, said the young girl. My father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the forge tonight, and then I asked permission to come and bring you home to us. I'm so sorry, Captain, that you are having such a hard time. She introduced herself as Edla Wilmanson and told him that her father said that the peddler wanted shelter for a night in the forge, and she had asked her father's permission to bring him home. She also said that she was sorry to hear that he was in such a difficult situation. She looked at him compassionately with her heavy eyes, and then she noticed that the man was afraid. Either he has stolen something or else he has escaped from jail, she thought, and added quickly, you may be sure, Captain, that you will be allowed to leave us just as freely as you came. Only please stay with us over Christmas Eve. Compassionately means sympathetically. Edla looked at the peddler sympathetically. She then noticed that he was afraid and guessed that the reason for it could be either he would have stolen something or he might have escaped from prison. So she addressed him as captain and said that he was free to leave their house at any time, but she requested him to stay with them for Christmas Eve. She said this in such a friendly manner that the rat trap peddler must have felt confidence in her. It would never have occurred to me that you would bother with me yourself, miss, he said. I will come at once. As Settler spoke to him in a friendly way, the rat trap peddler believed her. He told her that he did not expect such a care from her towards him, and he agreed to go with her to her house. He accepted the fur coat which the valet handed him with a deep bow, threw it over his rags, and followed the young lady out to the carriage without granting the astonished blacksmiths so much a glance. The peddler accepted the fur coat which the attendant gave him with lot of respect and wore it over his rags and followed her to the carriage. He didn't bother to look at the blacksmiths. But while he was riding up to the monarch house, he had evil forebodings. Why the devil did I take that fellow's money? He thought. Now I'm sitting in the trap and I will never get out of it. Forebodings means coming events. While on his way to the manor house, he was thinking about the coming events. Now he thought he shouldn't have taken the crofter's 30 kroner. It is because of that he is being trapped, and he was sure he could never escape from such a trap. He understood that that money was a bait which trapped him. The next day was Christmas Eve, and when the ironmaster came into the dining room for breakfast, he probably thought with satisfaction of his old regimental comrade whom he had run across so unexpectedly. So, run across means came across. The next day was Christmas Eve. The ironmaster came to the dining room for breakfast. He then thought of his old friend whom he had met unexpectedly. First of all, we must see to it that he gets a little flesh on his bones, he said to his daughter, who was busy at the table. And then we must see that he gets something else to do than to run around the country selling rat traps. The ironmaster told his daughter that they have to do something to help the peddler. As the peddler had sunken cheeks, the ironmaster first wanted to make him get a little flesh on his bones. He also wanted to get him a better job than selling rat traps. It is clear that things have gone downhill with him as badly as that, said the daughter. Last night I did not think there was anything about him to show that he had once been an educated man. Here means strange. The ironmaster's daughter said that it was strange to see that the peddler had been in such a condition and also had a doubt whether he had been educated. You must have patience, my little girl, said the father. As soon as he gets clean and dressed up, you will see something different. Last night he was naturally embarrassed. The tramp manners will fall away from him with the tramp clothes. Fall away means go away. Hearing this, he told his daughter to be patient and also said that the peddler would behave in a different way after getting clean and dressed up. He also told that last night the peddler felt uneasy thinking about his present condition. He then told his daughter that once the stranger changes his dress, his looks and his behavior would also change. Just as he said this, the door opened and the stranger entered. Yes, now he was truly clean and well dressed. The valet had bathed him, cut his hair, and shaved him. Moreover, he was dressed in a good looking suit of clothes which belonged to the ironmaster. He wore a white shirt and a starched collar and old shoes. As ironmaster was talking to his daughter about the stranger, he entered. He was really looking very clean and neatly dressed. The valet had given bath to him, he had cut his hair and shaved him. He wore the ironmaster's suit and a white shirt and a starched collar and old shoes. But although his guest was now so well groomed, the ironmaster did not seem pleased. He looked at him with puckered brow, and it was easy to understand that when he had seen the strange fellow in the uncertain reflection from the furnace, he might have made a mistake. But that now, when he stood there in broad daylight, it was impossible to mistake him for an old acquaintance. Groomed means well dressed. Puckered here is wrinkled. Uncertain is not clear. Though his guest, the stranger, was well dressed, the ironmaster was not pleased to see him. He was angry. He understood that he had mistaken him for his friend when he saw him in the light which reflected from the furnace. But now it was impossible for him to mistake him for an old acquaintance, as he saw him very clearly in the broad daylight of his house. "What does this mean?" he thundered. The stranger made no attempt to dissimulate. He saw at once that the splendor had come to an end. Dissimulate means hide, splendor means grandeur. The ironmaster screamed at him and asked him to explain the reason. The stranger didn't make any effort to hide who he was because he knew that the ironmaster had realized that he was not his old friend. Moreover, he was sure that this would happen, so he was ready to face the consequences and felt that his luxurious treatment would come to an end. "It was not my fault, sir," he said. "I never pretended to be anything but a poor trader, and I pleaded and begged to be allowed to stay in the forge. But no harm has been done. At worst, I can put on my rags again and go away." The rat trap peddler explained to him that he was not to be blamed. He made it clear for him that he was a poor peddler and he had only asked permission to stay for a night in the forge. And he also said that he had not harmed anyone and was ready to wear his rags again and leave at once. "Well," said the ironmaster, hesitating a little, "it was not quite honest either. You must admit that, and I should not be surprised if the sheriff would like to have something to say in the matter." The tramp took a step forward and struck the table with his fist. "Sheriff is an officer for keeping law and order." Struckers gave a blow. To this the ironmaster hesitated and said that the peddler was not honest. So he said that he wanted to call the sheriff who would have something to speak on this matter. Hearing this, the peddler became very wild and hit the table very hard with his fist. "Now, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Ironmaster, how things are," he said. "This whole world is nothing but a big rat trap. All the good things that are offered to you are nothing but the cheese, rinse, and bits of pork, set out to drag a poor fellow into trouble. Rinse is thicker outer skin." Now he said to the ironmaster that the world is a big rat trap and all the good things that are a bait, just like the rinse of cheese and small pieces of pork, are used to trap a person and put him into trouble. And if the sheriff comes now and locks me up for this, then you, Mr. Ironmaster, must remember that a day may come when you yourself may want to get a big piece of pork, and then you will get caught in the trap. He also told the ironmaster that if he is going to be imprisoned by the sheriff now, then a day would come for him to be trapped like this when he gets the desire to get a big piece of pork. The ironmaster began to laugh. "That was not so badly said, my good fellow. Perhaps we should let the sheriff alone on Christmas Eve. But now get out of here as fast as you can." The ironmaster laughed. He felt that he should not disturb the sheriff on Christmas Eve. So he asked the peddler to leave at once. We'll see in the next class whether the rat trap peddler left the Iron Man's house or he stayed there to celebrate Christmas and what happened finally.